Good evening, Parkland. Today is Friday, May 5th, 2023. In this episode of Parkland Profile, we will celebrate Earth Day at Parkland High School, take a behind-the-scenes look at our spring musical Oklahoma, check out some superhero movies, and attend the Saving Journalism Summit at Kutztown University. I'm your host, Bradley Kunz, and Parkland Profile starts now. Earth Day is celebrated every year on April 22nd. With spring in full swing, we all have nature and the weather on our mind. Here at Parkland, Earth Day is more than a reason to break out our dirt and shovels and celebrate. Our news correspondent, Kara Finkel, got the chance to talk to Parkland's botany teacher and a few plant enthusiast students.
Hello, I'm news correspondent Kara Finkel here at the Earth Day celebration. I'm here with Mrs. Kramer for some questions about Earth Day. So, when did Earth Day first take place and what is it about?
So the very first Earth Day was April 22nd, 1970. So we've actually been celebrating Earth Day for over 50 years. And this is a day to take a moment to kind of reflect on our practices and how we can be more sustainable and help out our planet Earth.
And a little bit more on that. Why do you think it's so important to celebrate Earth and help keep it conserved and better going forward?
So it's kind of very cliche, but there's only one Earth. So it's important that we do our part to protect it and really be mindful of our practices. And you always hear reduce, reuse, recycle, and just kind of being aware of what your actions and how they kind of correspond to the environment and how they affect it.
Thank you. And then lastly, this is a pretty big celebration for Parkland. What went into planning it and corresponding that together?
Great question. So my botany classes really are leaders of the school, I believe. I tell them they get to lead, with this courtyard project, with Earth Day. And really the idea was, we haven't had an Earth Day here. Why not? We study plants in our class, so why don't we talk about, some practices that help out our Earth? And once again, they've really shown leadership and they're excited, so we decided, let's do this. And of course, our library staff is great, and they really wanted to run with the idea as well. So now we have our first and hopefully annual Earth Day.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm here with Courtney Gibbons to talk about the Courtyard Project and what it means for our school. So this is a very exciting project. It's very big. Could you just give us a brief overview of what it's about?
So basically, I am working on this project through my botany course, and we're basically going to the A and B wings, and we're redoing the courtyards. They're kind of overrun now and haven't really been taken care of. So we're ripping out all of the old things, and we're putting in native plant species so that they're used to our climate and they thrive here. So we're just making them the best that they can be, and all the students, there's the doors, and they'll be able to pass through the courtyards on their way to different classes.
Awesome. And you mentioned the students. This is obviously going to affect us. How would you say it's going to benefit and positively affect the student body?
I think that it'll be really positive just because you get to have some fresh air. Everybody knows that when you're inside for too long, you can kind of get a little glum, but if you can pass outside on your way to your next class and you get some vitamin D when we're having this nice weather now at this time of year, then I just think it'll be really nice that students get a little time outside and they can enjoy the lovely plants that we're, getting.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm here with Kaylee Musser with a few questions about composting. So can you just give us a brief overview of composting, what it is and how it helps the plants?
So composting is basically where we use organic matter, we use eggshells and bananas. You can also use grass clippings, other leaves, just anything you eat other than meat and dairy products. It's not recommended because they don't decompose very well. But basically the process is where we put them all together and they decompose. And it makes the soil healthier. It can help plants grow bigger and stuff like that. So yeah,
that's awesome. Have you always been into plants and the earth, or is that did you get into that with botany?
So I've always kind of been into it. My dad has always been a big gardener. So yeah, it's just been a huge part of my life. We have a garden every year. I have way too many houseplants. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm here with Christopher for some questions about irrigation. What can you use to irrigate a garden?
Well, anything can be used, as you can see. Anything in the house, the easy to use. So for example, we have water bottles cut in half, used as pots. Another good example and popular one is toilet paper rolls. You cut the bottoms and tape them together, and there you go, you got a pot. Another good way to use recyclable materials is a drip system. It's a simple water bottle filled with water and a hole in the bottom to help it drip throughout the day. Keeps the plants nice and cool and it makes it very easy and yeah.
Thank you. I'm here with Savannah for some questions all about soil. Why are you so passionate about this? What makes it exciting?
So I like it because there's 3 different types, but I think it's awesome that you can take something like Miracle Grow that's very much commercialized and DIY it and make it yourself for cheaper.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then water obviously plays a big role in helping plants grow. Just could you give us a bit of an overview of how that all works?
Well, I know in Miracle Grow, so there's 2 main components that you add. One of them is perlite, which is little white beads, which you've probably seen that in soil before. And that actually takes some water out of the soil to make sure you don't overwater, because that leads to rotting and stuff like that. So it can actually go both ways, which I think is interesting.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What inspired this and what went into planning it?
Okay. Well, last year I wanted to do an event for Earth Day. So I got a big thing of dirt, I got some seeds and some little cups. And it was the most popular thing I had ever offered in the library. And I said, there's something here. These students are really into the environment. So this year I started planning early, and I approached Mrs. Kramer and her botany classes to see if they'd come on board. And we all know what a little powerhouse Mrs. Kramer is. And just the 2 of us began to collaborate, and we came up with lots of ideas. And she used her students, which are amazing. We're hoping next year it's even bigger and better. Let's hope.
That's awesome. And obviously the library is a very crucial space for Parkland. A lot of things happen here. What other kinds of events go on here year-round?
Well, there's always the maker space, which is open to students through their classes during study hall or after school. I do like to run little workshops from time to time based on whatever I think is popular or coming up. We just get students in here for so many things.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you.
Thanks, Kira. It was incredible getting to see everybody celebrate Earth Day at the high school. We also recently celebrated the arts with our annual spring musical. This year's show was Rodgers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma. What goes into such an incredible performance? Here's a behind-the-scenes look at what the stage crew does in the A-Wing.
Hi, my name is Sophie Wagger. I'm the stage crew historian, and I'm the Oklahoma props master.
I'm Donatella Guzman, and I am personally in charge of the sound for the Parkland High School stage crew.
My name is Quinton Berryman. I am the lighting designer, master electrician, and flight captain for Oklahoma.
I'm Teresa Kohler. I am the president of stage crew and the stage manager for Oklahoma.
I'm Pari Patel, and I'm one of the ASMs for Oklahoma.
My favorite part of stage crew is all of the friendships I've made and the really great people that I've met.
My favorite part is definitely the friends I've made. It's so fun to hang out with them all the time.
I would have to agree. I've made a wonderful group of friends, but I do also really enjoy building the set.
I really like doing sound here. It's such a great experience, and we have great equipment, and it's a lot of fun to work with it, especially our digital board. The people are really great too. It's people that I would never have thought to talk to in the past, but now I see them 10 hours a day, and you get really close. It's really nice.
All the people that I get to meet and all the nice technology that I can work with and get my hands on, and it's really taught me a lot. It's pretty cool.
I chose ASMing because I like to communicate with both the cast and the crew, so it's not just limited to one or the other.
I really like building this set just because I've been working with tools my whole life, and then I also like the management part of it because I like having people come to me with problems and figuring things out.
Ever since I was a kid, I went to see Aladdin on Broadway, and all the lights blew me away. And I used to, at my house, I used to take flashlights and kind of move them around and make little lighting shows with them. And I've always been interested in lighting, so I think it's really really cool way to craft the show.
Making props and being in charge of props and making them look older or newer has been a really good experience for me.
Our senior last year left, obviously, because he graduated. And there was like a hole in the position, and everybody else that did sound like kind of stopped showing up. So I was like, you know what? I did it once for last year's Mr. Parkland, so I can do it again, right? And now I've run sound for every show this year except Mr. Parkland.
We have been building the set, and we've been staying during our study halls and painting and building, and there have been light cues going on. We're spending a lot of extra time just going into the set.
Oklahoma, sound-wise, just a lot of patching, a lot of testing, a lot of wires, a lot of wires. Building, we've put up some of our hard legs, and the house is really tall, and everything's nice and heavy, so you know, have those real strong muscles at the end of the year.
Opening night means a lot. There's a lot of nerves that can happen. Everyone's very excited, the cast very excited, the crew is very excited. We're waiting to see if all of our parts that we put together work properly, if our lights look great for the audience, so nerves and excitement can go in there.
Opening night is such a spectacular, like kind of magical moment. All of those hard hours, energy drinks, really late nights, frustration, all of your hard work, you get to see it pay off. And here, as the audience absolutely loves the show that you're putting on, and it feels like everything's finally coming together, and it's really great.
Well, it's super scary, but I think when opening night ends and everything goes well, it's kind of just like you just see like everything that you did, and it's just like it all turned out okay.
Yeah, I feel like it would be worth it in the end. Like, it's a lot of late nights and a lot of work, but I feel like it's finally there, and it's like we did this.
It's really nice seeing all of our hard work that we've put into the show all on the stage for the first time, and all of our friends and family showing up to support us.
I personally believe that without stage crew, a production could not run. From costume crew to build crew to sound crew, lighting crew. Without build crew, you'd have no set. It's a lot to me. It means a lot to me. It's my thing. It's people that would never be together, coming together and making something amazing.
Even the small shows like concerts that the band and orchestra put on, we still have to be there to turn the lights on and off and run mics and sound for all of that. But even in the big shows, without lights or without sound, you won't be able to hear anything. Without lights, you can't see anything. And with lights, it really brings the show together.
Without the stage crew, the show couldn't run. We need props, lighting, sounds, sets, and everything else for a show to run.
I feel like the show in general, there's a lot of stuff that goes on stage, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on backstage too, and it's just kind of important to acknowledge both parts, because we need like lights, sound, building the set, painting, all of it just goes into making a good production.
Yeah, I feel like the actors only tell like half the story, like having the set there, like shows like the atmosphere, the setting, and then also just like the management, making sure everything goes smoothly. If there's any problems, like we're communicating with each other and we can help each other out through the production.
To make sure that journalism stays around for generations to come, we attended the Saving Journalism Summit at Kutztown University. There we had a chance to speak with WFMZ anchor Wendy Davis, who shared her thoughts on the importance of journalism.
Hi, I'm Wendy Davis from 69 News, and you're watching Parkland TV. What it means to me, I think this is a great idea, saving journalism, because it really is something in danger. There are not a lot of people your age, not a lot of high school students, college students looking at entering the field of journalism, and my station personally, we're seeing a real shortage in applicants, in people who want to come in and take up journalism as a profession, and as I mentioned, it is so important. It is arguably the most important job in the country because we cannot have a country without a free press. There will be no United States of America without a free media. The two cannot exist without one another. If you are a true journalist, if you are following a code of journalism that we are taught, you're only as good as your word. And if you're somebody who studies journalism, somebody who does journalism, somebody who learns to put stories together and understands what goes into that, you're going to know that. You're going to be an educated consumer. And I think being an educated consumer is very important. And second, to consider journalism as a profession, because, like I said, it's a calling for sure. And I think it's really important because, as I mentioned, we cannot have our country as we know it, our democracy, without a free press. Keep fighting the good fight. Like I said, to be informed. Don't stay in your echo chamber. I think that is something that we see a lot of, where people only consume news from the source that they want to hear, essentially. So they only go to the people who are going to tell them what they want to hear, and you have to expand and go other places and make sure you get both sides.
Journalism is all around us, even in comic books. Superman's alter ego, Clark Kent, was even a journalist for the Daily Planet. Wait, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's news correspondent Nolan Montez with his take on the top 5 superhero movies of all time.
There is nothing like the approaching summertime to get you in the mood for a good superhero movie. But what are the best superhero movies? Well, that's what we'll be discussing over the next few minutes. We'll be taking a look at the top 5 best superhero movies of all time, in my opinion. We're going to start off with number 5, that being Zack Snyder's Justice League, not to be mistaken for Joss Whedon's awful rendition of the Justice League, which was just absolutely miserable to sit through. This movie follows a league of superheroes, including Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, as they face a force of evil that Earth has never seen before. This movie is 4 hours and 2 minutes of pure awesome. The action, lighting, dialogue, and plot of this movie are just absolutely incredible. Zack Snyder's Justice League makes 4 hours feel like 2 hours. Seriously, this movie just flashes by. Get it? The introduction of Darkseid is arguably one of the most intimidating villain introductions. This movie is just great and well deserving of the number 5 spot. Next is the number 4 spot, which is Man of Steel, directed by Zack Snyder. Another absolute banger by Zack Snyder. Man of Steel follows a young Clark Kent as he learns what it means to be Superman. This movie is just breathtaking. The story is absolutely incredible, the action is amazing, as well as a standout performance by Henry Cavill. Seeing Superman become a hero and learn about his true self is not only emotional, but uplifting. This movie is amazing, giving it the number 4 spot. 2022's The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, is my number 3 choice. This movie follows Bruce Wayne in his early years as Batman as he solves a mysterious new puzzle in Gotham City. This movie is absolutely incredible. The neo-noir feel, the dark and sometimes red lighting is a perfect touch, and the acting, action, story, and dialogue are absolutely amazing. Seeing a new rendition of Batman in a much more serious tone is a breath of fresh air for us Batman fans. This movie is absolutely deserving of the number 3 spot. The number 2 spot goes to Logan, directed by James Mangold. Logan follows an old Wolverine as he navigates the new world, meeting a mysterious young girl and many new foes. This movie is incredible. The more mature tone, rather than the quite silly tone in the previous X-Men movies, is a truly fitting one for this movie. This movie is intense, truly showing us the power of Wolverine. The far more brutal action is fitting for the kind of man that Logan has become. This movie is absolutely amazing and well deserving of the number 2 spot. Now, finally, the absolute best superhero movie, and this is non-negotiable, is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This movie follows Miles Morales as he delves into the world of the Spider-Verse. This movie is just wow. Absolutely 0 words can describe how good this movie is. The art style, story, as well as the action truly makes this movie incredible. I have very little words for this movie, it's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. This movie is officially the best superhero movie out there. Well, there you have it, the 5 best superhero movies in my opinion. Have a great day, Parkland.
Thanks, Nolan. That's a really super list. Recently, the studio helped Springhouse Middle School film videos for the StudySync TV contest. Here's news correspondent Chloe Chase with the story.
I'm Chloe Chase. We're here at Springhouse Middle School filming the StudySync video competition with the 8th grade GHP students.
I'm Hallie Collerboy-Whitmire.
I'm Carly DeSmet.
In this, we learned how to write a filming script and how to cut things to get under a time.
We learned a lot about what happens behind the scenes of shooting a video and how to work together to get a certain task done.
I'm Miss Yazian Ware. I teach 8th grade ELA at Springhouse. So we are working on a video segment for the StudySync TV National Contest, and these students are my GHP students who decided that they want to enter the contest. They have to film a 5-minute video, which is kind of like a StudySync TV episode based on a text from their curriculum. The winners get a $500 Amazon gift card if they get selected, and they get featured on the StudySync website. This has been going on for about 4 years, I think we started. And we've won the contest twice so far. One of my favorite things about this is that we get the high school staff here to help us out, and we get to step out of the classroom and film the video and work together as a team for this project.
For Parkland TV, I'm Chloe Chase.
Thanks, Chloe. Good luck to the contestants. This year, we made it our goal at Parkland TV to showcase the best parts of Pennsylvania. Last month, we visited the Turkey Hill Experience. Here's Xander Blickley with a tour.
I'm Xander Blickley, and I'm here at the Turkey Hill Experience with Callie right now, and we're gonna go try some ice cream right now, and it's gonna be really busted. It's been on a rocking chair. So, if we look over there, we can see how far away Lancaster is, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Georgia, Washington, D.C., New York, Alaska. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. What we're about to do right now is go into the big, ginormous iced tea building after I get some more mango lemonade, because that was really good. Oh, this is what's the busting. Oh, that's good. All right, let's go. Oh my gosh. Wait, where's my hat?
I found the hat.
Where? Can you go get me a hat? All right, well, we're going to come back to the iced tea. Gotta go get me a hat. Am I good? I think I look solid. There's some interesting lip iced tea commercials going on here. I feel like I could sit here and watch this all day, but I'm not going to. All right, welcome to Bacteria Blaster. Come on. That game's rigged. Okay, so I think number one, you gotta kill the bacteria. That's the first thing you gotta do in ice cream. You gotta kill the bacteria. So you play some Bacteria Blasters, you grab your hat, and we get on going. Are you selling ice cream? What kind of flavors you got going on? I'll take strawberry. You kind of got in a mess in here. I thought that might work. So, my home is the Congo, and my favorite Turkey Hill experience, oh snap, that was someone's, is my shop that I had. It was a really nice shop. Like all good things, all good shops must come to an end.
Where is your home?
Thanks, Xander. That was definitely an experience to remember. And that's all for tonight's episode. Tune in next month for this year's season finale of Parkland Profile. This is Bradley Cunn signing off. Have a great evening, Parkland.